Good evening, brothers, sisters, and gender norm resistors. It's time for some more Powerwash Simulator and Alice's Adventures. With me, your host, Ollamh. Welcome. Yes, last time we got into it, we had to deal with the entryway and the main tea room, I guess. Maybe it was the meeting room. And just how, out of place Alice is, but also how out of place everything is. So the dormouse was like, oh, well, she couldn't understand why there were so many different sized doors. And it's like, well, okay, yeah, small mouse, big walrus, they're not going to use the same door. But then there were doors that were melted down almost halfway down into onto the floor, and one door that was literally just on the floor. It really doesn't work. Then of course complain about the eat me cakes and the drink me drinks that make you grow and shrink respectively. It's like, maybe if you didn't label the cakes with just eat me, people wouldn't eat them. But once we got done with that, then we went on to the rabbit's house, the white rabbit's house, helping Bill, the lizard, get everything clean after they decided to pummel it with cake in order to try and get Alice out. I'm still not quite sure how that worked, since eating something makes you grow and drinking something makes you shrink. I don't know how the cakes made her shrink. All confusing. But now we are on to the caterpillar's mushroom, which promises to be really fun and trippy. And with that said, let's go ahead and jump into it, shall we? So here we are, and the caterpillar's message. Let me ask you a question. If something is a problem, and that something gets removed, does the problem get bigger or smaller? It all depends what's underneath. My problem was a mushroom, although it only became a problem once it was picked by a wandering child, as underneath it was a nest of millipedes, and with millipedes, where there's one dirty foot, there's lots. Their fractious marching was a constant nuisance, so I told them the world is bigger than this and blew bubbles to rehouse them yonder. Now my problem has become the realization that the world is indeed bigger than this. So I've rolled myself into a cocoon where I shall remain until both my logic and my home are flawless. It's already taken quite some time. Okay, sure. Whatever you say there, bucko. And yep, okay. So yeah, we kind of looked around a little bit and got some stuff. I see you there. Whilst you work, I'd like to run my thoughts through a paradox that's been troubling me. Okay. Perhaps it's been troubling you, too? I don't know what the paradox is, so I can't say one way or the other. It's a metaphor on my metamorphosis. Are you still just staring at me? That's really creepy. A metamorphosis, if you will. I will not. Thank you. Simply put, who am I? You are the caterpillar. I don't know what else to tell you other than you are, you know, a caterpillar. At least for now. Eventually you'll turn into a butterfly. There we go. All right. All right, so the frame is all one thing. Good to know. I know, watch. I do not want to get moving. I have been moving plenty today. So yeah, there's her footprints and like a millipede's footprints. If I remember right, a millipede does not have actually anywhere near 1 million legs. It's got a lot of legs, but not that many. Let's make sure to get this edge here. Maybe. Oh, the frame is much bigger than I thought. There we go. All right. So, yep, I was going to say, I'm like, probably this side's got the same problem. Of just being, like, huge. The moss isn't so much a problem. I hope he doesn't start laughing. At that size, it's going to be deafening. All right. Yeah, it's been a rough day today. Like, started a new game on the channel, and basically trying to get everything finished up. Like, I did most of the overlay on a stream Sunday, but yeah, it was there was still a little bit left to finish up. Plus, doing 3 20-minute workouts over the course of the day, and then eating, and just, yeah. It's been a long-ass day. Which makes things like this, where it's just, hey, it's just a chill stream, is so nice to end the day with. Wow, that millipede just got everywhere, didn't he? Or they. I'm still not sure if it was just one or if there was, like, multiple. The way he's talking, it sounded like there was a nest of them. Which, you know, would indicate quite a lot. How fucking huge is this deck? Jesus. And how did you even construct something like this? You're a caterpillar. This is not like, you know, spinning up a cocoon or something like that. This takes, like, you know, a lot of skill. Not to mention actual trees. You can't make this stuff out of, like, mushrooms. All right, there we go. Finally. All right, beautiful. Oh, I'm just trying to think of where to start next. And oh, apparently there's you have multiple bridges, sir. You need multiple bridges? Right, I don't think we really need the extension on anymore. Means we can actually get up close to everything else. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and do this side of things first. Before we go getting rid of the extension. By get rid of, I just mean take off, not like, oh hey, we're getting rid of it. No, we're not getting rid of it. We're just taking it off. You've got way too many sides on this thing. All these different sides to get dirty and stuff like that. How do you even keep this thing clean? All right. Now we can just sweep along here and we should be fine. I mean, they really did do a fantastic job of making this place seem like unrealistic and just absurd. All right. Okay, so where... There we go. I was gonna say, I'm like, where's the last of the dirt on this? Nice, even, slow sweeps. Soothing, calming, satisfying. In my original state, I was simply a caterpillar. Of that, there could be no doubt. Right. It was self-evident, I think, therefore I am. Yeah, but that's not talking about you being a caterpillar, that's talking about you being sentient. But now I am in my cocoon. I still think the same, but I'm not the same. I am liquid. Yeah, you're goop. Well, I mean, you're goop and a little bit of, a little bit of what remains. I think, therefore, I jam? No, you're soup. You are kind of a stew. There's a small part of you that is still the same, but, yeah, you are mostly just soup. All right. Oh, good God. It's just looking at this, it's like, oh my God, there's just so much here. Seriously, my dude, could you stop staring at me like that? It's really creeping me out. It's really making it hard to work. Alright. Cap and stalker done. I'm sorry, that is a small mushroom? I mean, I understand it's based on comparison, but still. Mushroom's taller than me. Or should I say my power washer? Okay, now somebody is either really good at marketing or, you know, this caterpillar is very good at a lot of things. Like, selling socks to a caterpillar would be very lucrative. I mean, provided that, you know, the caterpillar has money. That's kind of a sticking point. Does the caterpillar have money? I mean, he is a caterpillar, not a silkworm, so I'm not entirely sure what the socks would be made out of. And he has a jumper. Or, you know, as we say here in the US, a sweater. That is very, very psychedelic. All right, that's done and easy. I mean, that wasn't too bad. That was actually probably one of the easier and more simplistic things. We have a giant freaking mushroom to still do. I assume this is what you're hoping to turn into? I think so. I'm pretty sure we got shrunk down for the job. And hello there, Moon Mage. Especially since we've got a giant cat staring down at us. Come on, there you go. All right, statue is done. Oh, wait. Yep, the underside of the plinth. Man, this washer really just rockets around when he's crouched down. I mean, supposedly he's prone, which, you know, I'm gonna have to kind of call BS that anybody's moving that fast while prone. All right. Very, very pretty, yes. Now, give me just a moment here. I need to make a real quick trip, and we'll be right back. All right, and I'm back. Oh, good grief. So, yeah, there's a fungus deck. Too bad it's not plural, otherwise it would be a fungi deck. There's the millipede footprints. I think it's a lot bigger than I thought. Now the question is does it have an underside that we have to worry about? Might be a bit of an issue. Things, normally you don't get under decks. Not usually easy to get under a deck. Kind of. There's a little bit of an underside. Not too bad, though. There's some weird topology for it, though. All right. Did you have to make holes in your deck, sir? This is very inconvenient. I don't understand why he's worrying about clearing out moss. Like, it's just gonna grow back. It's part of nature. It's part of that's one of those things that you just have to learn to live with when you're living out in the frickin' forest like this. Especially one filled with fungi. All right. Now then, make sure we've got all of this. Let's see. Good grief. I mean, we're not even halfway done with this one yet. I mean, we've cleaned all of the stuff at the bottom here. We've cleaned all the little things. And we're only 30%, 36% of the way done. Oh, I'm sure those are going to be super easy to deal with, right? All those little, like, offshoots. Seriously, Mr. Cat, please. You are really creeping me out. You know what? I bet I know how to get rid of him. I bet I know how to get rid of him. He usually doesn't like it when people get too close. So, if we come up here... Maybe we can't get rid of him. We put this up here? That would get rid of him. Nope. And once we've picked it up, we have to find a place to put it. You can't cancel the pickup, which is annoying. Thankfully, they did change that in the second game. To elaborate. Oh, that's right. You are talking to me. Yes, you are goop. When a caterpillar wraps itself inside a cocoon, it does not simply change from a caterpillar into a butterfly. No, it literally, most of the body liquefies. Its head does not simply grow more refined, replete with its long, elegant tongue. Its body does not shrink, grow hairy, and sprout wings. Oh no, the process is far more singular than that. I'm sorry, there's a door? And apparently the millipede... Oh no, that's gotta be the centipede steps. I don't think he went in there until after the millipede was gone. Or millipedes. I think he said that there was it was a nest of them. Which I don't know how many would be in a nest. Let's clean at the ground level and up the hell. Sir, your mushrooms are being a pain. All right. Now we can start moving up. There we go. Can you make it any more difficult to get up here and clean this shit? Under this guy. I don't know why I seem to have like an aversion to using the scaffolding and stuff. I just prefer being able to get there on my own without having to resort to that type stuff. Okay. There we go. Where's the, oh, sure. As I'm fucking falling, it's like, oh, hey, yep, you found it. We've been at this for over an hour. Just this one. I think this one might be an all day cleaner. Or all night at least. My God, this thing is we're just a little over halfway done. Which is kinda crazy. And obviously it's not the final one because we still have to deal with the croquet course. You gotta there's gotta be something involving the red the Queen of Hearts. And I don't think they would miss out on the tea party. This looks more like tar than moss. Maybe it's the lack of lighting, but like, yeah, this looks like tar. I wasn't sure we were going to be able to shift over here without falling off. Down here. Maybe. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. All right. All right. Settle down there. That is a very psychedelic cocoon you've made yourself there, sir. All right. We're going to have to go down. You know, I can't help but wonder if he gets like some sick perverted thrill from watching somebody else work. I mean, he has a cat, so it would kind of make sense. I do wonder if they're if they follow the book or the movies as far as the Tea Party. It'll be interesting to see who the attendants are for the party. It's one of the biggest mistakes that people make is they always refer to the Mad Hatter in Alice in Wonderland. But there is no character called the Mad Hatter. He is just called the Hatter. It's true that hatters were generally viewed as being mad because, well, they worked with mercury vapor at the time. They didn't realize that that would drive a person crazy. That's where the term mad as a hatter actually comes from. It has nothing to do with Lewis Carroll. I've heard some people try and excuse it. Oh, but he says that we're all mad here. It's like, actually, he never said that. That was the Cheshire Cat who said that. And just because the Cheshire Cat says it doesn't mean that it's necessarily true. That one's done, that one's done, that one's done. That yellow one is done. Good. Can we... Thank you. Okay, this blue one is done. Green one is done. Or the teal one is done. The green one is done. The dark green one is done. Okay, I think we're done with all of the sections. The cocoon still needs some work. Oh yeah, right there. There we go. You see, whilst you have been working, I've completely deconstructed myself. That's one way of putting it. I'm now a liquid which simultaneously remembers both what it is to be a caterpillar and what it is to be a butterfly. You can't remember what it is to be a butterfly because you haven't been a butterfly yet. So the question, so is the question still who am I or what am I? Yes, it's both. Just because one question is valid doesn't mean that the other one is invalid. But you can't remember being a butterfly if you've never been a butterfly. I would not be terribly surprised if he does. Knowing how much they love to how much they really got into doing the movements and stuff like that, and like actually showing things moving and changing and stuff. Yeah. It all depends on whether they had really gotten that down by the time they got to this DLC or not.
Hello there, Christina. Welcome.
Yeah, those were some of the really good unexpected ones. Like most of the Back to the Future ones, it's like, okay, that's kind of expected. It's like I still don't get how that's, you know, they do practical special effects of making a DeLorean disappear, but, you know. The only thing I can think of is that in the Powerwash simulator universe, it's easier. They found it easier to just actually build a time machine than to, you know, than to use special effects to make it look like it's a time machine. But see, the train was after, you know, was basically like right at the end of the movie where it's like, yeah, the doc just turned the train into a time machine of its own. Yeah, I can just feel this guy's the crick in this guy's neck already starting to form from having to stare up like this all this time. This is actually the third level for Alice in Wonderland. The first one was the entryway. Second one was going to the White Rabbit's house. Now we're doing the Caterpillar's mushroom. Which has been taking for frickin' ever. Like, we're just now 70% of the way done. And it's been an hour and a half. You know me, I don't slouch at cleaning. Well, not in video games, at least. Cheshire Cat is still just really creeping me out.
Hopefully the Cheshire Cat is not always going to be that big. Which now that would be the perfect final level for this one. It's just you have to clean a gigantic Cheshire Cat. Yeah, this one is this one is pretty detailed. Meanwhile, the caterpillar's going on about his existential problem of trying to figure out who he is or what he is while he's turning from caterpillar to butterfly. All right, I think we are about ready to, we actually need to use our scaffolding now. In order to get up here. Ooh, no, up, yes. Almost there. There we go. Is the rim so broad that I'm going to have to, like, go all the way around it with the scaffolding just to get to... Hoping not. But apparently, yeah, we will. All right. So, oh, good gods. This must be one of them psychedelic mushrooms. Just thought they were supposed to make you see swirls and stuff, not like they were made of swirls. Yep, I agree. You don't even need to eat it to see the colors. Sound of your work is so soothing. Thanks? You're not the first person to say that. I'm feeling altogether more myself again. Oh yeah, he is totally gonna pop out by the time we're done. He's totally gonna be popping out as a butterfly. Wouldn't it be wonderful if everyone had a cocoon in which to pop whenever the world got a little too much? I'm sure dear Alice could do with one right about now. Are you saying she's in trouble? I mean, not that I'm that worried about her. The more trouble she gets into, the more work I have. And you guys are paying in dollars even. Not some, weird, bizarre-ass freaking currency. Now, I wonder if, I've been trying to figure out what kind of DLCs and what kind of properties they might go for with the second, with Powerwash Simulator 2. I'm wondering if they aren't going to be going with, Wizard of Oz. I mean, with Wicked in, currently kind of really hitting its stride and stuff like that, I would not be surprised if some variation of the Wizard of Oz is going to be in their DLCs. I'm pretty sure the original Wizard of Oz is in the public domain now. I mean, they can't do things like the ruby slippers, but they could have the silver slipper. They could talk about the silver slippers. Let's clean off your fez. Wait, are you a Shriner? Are you just, general Middle Eastern type person with a fez and a hookah and a fainting couch? Never particularly found the need for a fainting couch. I don't do that much fainting. Right, what is this, like, bluish stuff? It's just grime. It is a very particular pattern to the grime. Well, that might explain why he's wanting it all cleaned up. Because aren't dart frogs, like, poisonous? And we are in kind of like a forest slash jungle slash, I don't even know. I mean, it's all mushrooms, so it's hard to tell, you know, what this is actually supposed to be. So, right. Blue and purple are all together. Okay. That's what I thought. Was that, yeah, that they were like, yeah, they're one of the more deadly ones. You do not want to mess with them. Like, I know there's some frogs that it's like, yeah, even just touching them is deadly. Of course, if he's turning into a butterfly, he doesn't really need to worry about that so much because he can fly. I mean, I don't know if he's just like going to abandon his old place here and just take off and never again to return. And this is not just a bubble machine. This is supposed to be a hookah. Yeah, it's a hookah. It's always supposed to. It was always supposed to be a hookah, but they're kind of taking the Disney approach to it. It's not a hookah. It's a bubble. It's an aromatic bubble blower. Right. Oh, we've still got a bridge path to do? What? Cocoon. We're gonna save the cocoon for last. All right, so we've got a couple of these. All right, there we go. Wooden deck edging. Oh, right, this. All right, there we go. Well, maybe we don't need to. We might not need to haul around the scaffolding too much. Yeah, I wanted to hold off on the cocoon till last just to see if make sure that we're there to see if he does burst out and start flapping around. There we go. All right. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. All right, where's the cocoon? There it is. Where are the parts that... What needs cleaned? Ah, okay. Nope. Unfortunately, he does not. Not a speck of millipede footfall to be found. How wonderful. I stand, emerged from my chrysalis, atop the mushroom in a glorious sunny spot. My wings are sprouted. You should see them. They look finer than a haberdasher's curtains. And just in time, too. If I'm not mistaken, it appears to be exactly the moment to discover how much bigger the world really is. And yep, we're going to the Mad Tea Party. All right, now where? Okay, nope. See, they screwed up. They called him the Mad Hatter. In Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, he is just the Hatter. He is not the Mad Hatter. Little things like that. Just it's like nope. That's just not right. That's just not right. All right, so let's go ahead and turn off the crosshair. Whoa, okay, that is, oh my god, that is unnerving. Let's take it back down to 70. 70-degree field of view is just fine. Get a couple pictures for tomorrow. I didn't even see you. Ugh. So yeah, the Cheshire Cat was somewhere there. All right. So yeah, that is where we're going to end for today. I was not anticipating that one taking 2 hours, but yeah, it did. Anyway, as always, thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you're new here, don't forget to prod that subscribe button. If you want to be kept up to date of when we go live and stuff like that, make sure to ring the bell, but also check out the social media links down below. That's everything from our Facebook page to the permanent invite for the Discord server, where I try to make sure to notify you guys of when we go live and stuff like that. For example, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time, we will be back with more Journey to the Savage Planet, a very, very bizarre action platformer game. And then that following midnight, we'll be back with more Powerwash Simulator. Don't forget the top link in the description below does take you to our merch page, where we have shirts, mugs, water bottles, the whole 9 yards. All that so that you can stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions. Cheerio!